What's up, MMA fans? We're here with Rob Kimmons for KCMMA.com. Rob is hosting the very first Epic Fight Night event, hosted by Dave Jackson and KCMMA. Rob, just tell your Midwest fans how excited you are to get out there and host the very first Epic Fight Night.
Oh man, I'm really excited, not only to be on the first Epic Fight Night, but also just to fight back in my hometown again. I've probably fought 3 times in Kansas City in the last 8 years, so I'm just so excited to fight in front of my hometown fans, get all my friends and family, training partners, all to be able to be in the room and cheer with me. It's going to be crazy.
All right, now you're fighting Tyler Stinson, who's a Strikeforce veteran. This fight certainly has all the makings of a great fight on paper. What do you expect to see from Tyler out there?
I expect he's going to come out and try to, throw punches and kicks and knees, keep it standing. He's going to want to bang. I'm a banger, like that's what people know about me. I've never been knocked out, and the whole deal though is I'm going to go out there, I'm going to take that fight out as it comes, you know what I mean? I'm not going to give away too much of a game plan, but don't be surprised if I'm banging. Don't be surprised if I'm working some jits on the ground. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to win, man.
Alrighty, now how hard have you been preparing for this fight? Just kind of walk me through a regular training regimen or day by day.
All right, let me first off start off by saying what I did when I was in the UFC. And, all of my old boys that training partners at Grindhouse can attest and vouch for me on this. I used to train probably 3 days a week, period. Man, and that's when I was fighting the best dudes in the world. I teach 10 MMA classes a week. I'm the coach, so I do whatever I want to do. Whatever I want to work on, that's what we work on. In addition to that, I do at least 3 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu a week, and I do 3 workouts a week. I'm in the best shape of my life. It's not even close.
Now, how hungry are you to get back into the UFC? Do you feel if you win impressively on June 29th that you will earn your ticket back to the big show?
When I got cut from the UFC, they told me to drop to 170, win 3 fights in a row. I've won 3 fights in a row. I'm 13-0 at 170. I got 3 world titles. It's going to be a hard fight, but I'm going to win this fight. And yeah, I think I'm going to go back to the UFC right after it. And if not, then I'm going to win one more fight, and then I'm going to go back to the UFC. Whatever I got to do, because that's where I belong. I'm finally back at the weight where I belong, and I want to see where I can go in the UFC. I want to make a run. I don't want to just get there. I want to do something when I get there.
Tyler is a younger fighter, but when looking at your records, you guys are pretty equal in terms of number of fights. Do you feel as though this is just another fight or one of the most important fights of your career?
Man, obviously it's one of the most important fights in my career. He's a great fighter. He really is. That's the truth. But he's a striker, and I've got more ways of winning. We have a similar record, but I believe I fought harder people. I fought at the elite level in the UFC. He's fought in the elite level too, but I'm just saying I fought the harder people. And I fought out of my weight class the whole time. I fought at heavyweight, 205, and middleweight more than I fought at welterweight. I'm going to smash people at 170. I'm going to go to the UFC, and I'm going to smash people there too. That's what I want to do. I want to make waves. I want to make moves. I want to see if I can get in title contention.
And like you said, since dropping down to 170, you've seen a lot of success. What do you feel is your biggest advantage since dropping down to 170? Is it your strength or speed?
I think my biggest advantage dropping to 170 is I'm fighting human beings that are my size. At 185, guys were stronger, sometimes, but really it was just they were gigantic people. I was fighting guys that were 6'4" all the time, that had 5 inches of reach on me.
Cut from 240 probably.
Exactly, like guys cutting from like 220, And when I was in the UFC, I walked around close to weight. I was cutting about 10 pounds, something like that. And I walk around about the same as I did while I was in the UFC, but now I treat it like this is my job, like I'm supposed to, instead of playing at it. I'm doing it for real. I do everything I have to do, and it's going to show when I get in the cage, man.
So you feel your biggest advantage then over Tyler is just your well-roundedness?
Definitely. I think my biggest advantage has always been my well-roundedness. If I'm fighting an all-American wrestler, I don't try to wrestle him, I do something else. If I'm fighting a world-class, K1 kickboxer like I did in the UFC, I take him down. I can do whatever, and if I got to go out there and change my whole game plan on the fly, I can do that, man. I'm a smart guy, so I'm ready for whatever's going to come, man. The only problem I've ever had in my whole life is conditioning, for sure, because I never trained hard. dude, I'm training now. I'm 32 years old. I can't be playing no more. I'm not 19. I can't, I'm not a kid no more. So I put in the work in the gym, I'm a little older, but I'm smarter and I'm training harder and I'm going to smash people. I hate to say it again, but I'm going to smash people. That's all there is to it.
And if you had one thing in particular you wanted to say to all the KC MMA fans out there on what to expect come June 29th, what would you say to them?
Fireworks. I mean, don't blink. We're going to be banging. It's going to be fun. I've never had a boring fight in my life, ever. And I'm not planning on starting. It's going to be explosive and violent, and it's going to be fun to watch. I guarantee that.